What's your favorite scary movie?
We have such sights to show you.
Mountains!
All you ever learned is my desire.
My name is Frankenstein!
Goblins gone mad!
Oh, no tears, please. It's a waste of good suffering.
See this? This is my boomstick!
I ate his liver with some fava beans and ice cream. What's this?
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
It's alive! It's alive!
Here's Johnny. I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna bash your brains. There are certain rules that one must abide by in order to successfully survive a horror.
What's up, all you horror movie loving fuckers? Welcome back to another episode of the Fright Flick FMK podcast. As always, I am your host, Jay. And on this week's episode, we got us a little something special. I call it special because this was a first for me. I'm kind of new. And when I say new to the horror, it means that over the last couple years, I've really gotten into it. And I'm all for anything underground type, any type of horror. I'm all for it. And recently I had purchased online because I came across it on Facebook, and I purchased it and had received it. And I was like, man, I want to watch it. And because the cover art for this thing is so fucking sexy. It's a Blu-ray copy. I'm a big believer in physical media, people. I'm a big believer in being able to hold it in your hands and not have to depend on streaming services and shit like that. And this one I actually own. And it's one of the reasons why I want to talk about it. I did not know going into it when I watched it. I learned more after I watched it because I wasn't familiar with the director. I wasn't familiar with anything. I just went in, watched it, I seen it, and so for me, this was a learning experience, getting to learn who this person was. It made me want to dive deeper and learn more about this particular director and what they have done. And as you all know here, family, if this isn't your first time, we love independence around here. We love independent horror. It is my favorite genre. I think I said that right. I've been drinking, family. Listen. I've been in the Jack and Coke for a little while now, recently retired. So, me and my wife earlier before coming on here, we had watched the movie and we were having some beverages together. And so I'm a few gentlemen Jack and Cokes in. Everybody grab your drink real quick, family. Oh, that's a gentleman Jack break. Now, for all you new folks that didn't know what just went down just then, if you're new to the show, we do like to drink on here. I highly recommend it. We do go better with alcohol. I take a lot of gentleman Jack breaks throughout the show. I'm a big fan of Jack Daniels. It realistically should be it's like the unofficial sponsor of the show. It is my only drink of choice. It's either Jack and Coke or Busch Light. That's my two go-tos. But yeah, I've been in the Gentleman Jack for a little while now, family. Me and my wife, I actually asked her before. I just watched this movie earlier today, and I asked her, I said, hey, you want to watch the movie with me that I'm going to do the show on? And normally I don't. Normally I watch it by myself, but I asked her, do you want to watch it? And she's like, yeah, I want to watch it with you. So we watched it and we did a little drinking. We did a little Jack Daniels, Gentleman Jack. Everybody, one more time. Gentleman Jack Break, thank you very much. So good when it touches your fucking lips. But yeah, we've been into it a little while now. We watched a movie, did some drinking, had a good time. And if you're new to this shit show, that's the way we are here, people. We're not fancy. We're not deep. We're not, anything like that. I tell anybody that comes on this show or listens to this show, just imagine two people sitting together, drinking together, and just talking about a movie that they just watched. And that's the way this shit show is, family. It's just like you sitting across from me at the table and we're just having a beer and I'm telling you about this movie I just watched. That's the way we do it. If you're looking for in-depth, if you're looking for, fancy, just really, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. This ain't the shit show for you. We're not fancy. We're not in-depth. I'm drinking and I'm telling you about this movie I just watched. That's how we do it here. And this week's movie, because I own it, and the reason I like it because what it has made me do is dive more into this director and want to watch more and want to own more physical media. But this week, we're going to cut to the chase, right to the point. A movie directed by Marcus Koch. And it's weird when the Marcus Koch, you think Koch, Marcus Koch. This is what we're doing. A movie called Rot. R-O-T, Rot. And if I'm not mistaken, this movie, I'm wanting to say around 1997-ish, maybe. I don't have a lot of notes pulled up in front of me right now, because, I've been in the Jack Daniels for a while now, and I was like, fuck it, I can roll this thing without notes. And, but yeah, I want to say it's around the 90s, and I appreciate that era because I'm a 70s baby myself, Marcus. I think I seen some when I looked you up, like 1977. I was born in 76. When in that same time frame, I graduated high school in 1994. People that tell you how old I am, I'm okay with my age. I'm okay with it. Age is just a number. I get better with time. I'm like a fucking fine wine, people, and I'm okay with it. But this week, Rot. Now, on Facebook, I came across the movie, and they were selling the Blu-rays, and I like physical media, and I recommend to everybody support physical media, especially on independent artist side of the house. Give me independent horror over any of the big Hollywood dollar bullshit any day of the week. I love it. And so when I came across this one, it was on, I remember seeing the post about it. And what jumped out to me first, because like I said, people, I'm new to the horror genre. Over the last couple of years, I've really gotten into it. And over the last couple of years, my brother John, who's been on the show with us, if you're familiar with the show, my brother John, and he will be back, people, don't worry. But he kind of got me into the horror type thing. And then I blame him for getting me into wanting to own physical media. He is a huge collector. My little collection of horror movies ain't shit to his. He has a ton of movies that he's collected. I'm new to it. So but I am one of those that I like to own kind of the different ones, the ones that are not like well known, because I like independent type shit. And when I came across this movie, Rot, I was on Facebook scrolling, and Marcus Koch, who had posted about this movie, and I seen the DVD cover, the Blu-ray cover. And if you're on YouTube, I do a YouTube version of this, and I do an audio version on podcast. But on the YouTube side, I'm going to show you this right now, people. This is the cover, the slide cover. It's like one of those, like, let me show it to you. It's like, slide cover. But the cover of this thing, let me just show it to you. Let me pull it up close to the thing, to the camera. If you're on YouTube, you can see it. How fucking sexy is that? how much does that jump out to you and just make you want to watch it? Right. You got a dude looking in the mirror, literally peeling his face off. How could you not want to fucking check that shit out, people? And then when you slide it open, you know, you got the copy of the Blu-ray. And I'm you know, and even the back of it, the back of the slide copy, you know, just how cool is that? Like the whole thing, that's what jumped out to me and made me want to get it and to watch it. And somebody who's, you know, new over the last couple years getting into the horror, you know, and getting into like, you know, and I love maybe not so well known type movies. Those are my go-tos. So if anybody's out there and you're listening and you got a movie that you're thinking, you know, not really heard of, or, you know, let me know it. Reach out to me and recommend it, because I love those types of movies. And so when I got this one in, it's been on my collection of my collection shelf behind me. I have some Blu-rays that I've collected, and I'm not one of those that just goes out and buys Blu-rays just to add to a collection. I'm not one of those that just goes and finds horror and be like, that's a horror movie, I want to own it. I'm not that. I'm one of those that just wants that kind of different, that's kind of out there, that's maybe not so heard of, the independent side. Those are the ones I like collecting. And so when I seen the picture of Rot, and what it did is that one took me back to my very first horror movie ever, Poltergeist. The dude standing in the mirror when you're watching Poltergeist, and he starts peeling his face off. That shit scared the shit out of me. And when I seen this picture of Rot, let me show it to you one more time if you're watching on YouTube. That's kind of what it reminded me of. The dude in Poltergeist peeling his face off. And I'm like, man, that looks so fucking cool. And at this time, I didn't really know, because I'm still kind of learning the horror side, the horror genre. And I've learned over the short amount of time that I love independence. I don't give a shit about, I don't want to say I don't give a shit, but I don't, you know, big money, big popular ones, you know, I enjoy them. Like, I get it, you know, the big mainstream type horror movies, I get them, I enjoy them. But what does it for me, what really gets my dick hard, people, is like the independent side, the kind of underground side, the kind of the stuff that people wouldn't know about if you didn't go digging for it, if you didn't know, you know, and those are the ones that really do it for me. And that's the way, for me, I looked at Rot, because I was like, I kind of like never heard of it. I want to check it out. I like the look. I like the, you know, and so earlier today, told my wife, I was like, hey, I'm about to do this show. You want to watch it? She's like, yeah, we start watching it. We sit down to watch Rot, Marcus Koch. I want to say 1997, because, and I did not know Marcus Koch really. I follow some horror stuff and I kind of recognize the name and stuff like that, but I didn't really, until I watched this movie, it didn't make me want to just dive in and get to know him more and get to look more into his movies. And that's the fucking beauty of doing stuff like this. When you watch something you don't really know, you don't really recognize, you watch it and it just kind of, it makes you want to like dive deeper into some shit. That's what it did for me. I want to own more Marcus Koch. I want to watch more of his movies after watching this. And so that's what we're talking about this week, family. I know it took me a while to get to this, you know, but hey, I've been drinking. You all, if you've been around more than the day, people, you know how this shit show goes sometime. When we get the gentleman Jack on board, we just let shit flow sometimes. So everybody grab your drinks right now, family. Grab your drinks. Gentleman Jack break right there. Delicious when it touches your lips. So, Rot, 1997, if I'm not mistaken. And this was new to me because, like I said, I'm new to it all. And so I'm kind of learning as I go. But this movie here, I read a little bit. I don't really look at trailers and stuff much. I don't like to do that. I don't watch shit like that until after I watch the movie. I watch a trailer after I watch it. And so when it come to Rot, I didn't really know anything. I didn't know anything. I owned the Blu-ray. I popped the Blu-ray in and I pushed play. And I was along for the ride. And so I pulled up, before I jumped on here, I pulled up the IMDb on Rot. So I could give you a quick little IMDb description of this bad boy before I start talking about it. Here we go. This is off IMDb, people. I'm not that smart. I don't come up with fancy wording and fancy sentences shit all on my own. But Rot, directed by Marcus Koch. Gutter punks shouldn't play with dead things or have sex with them. Right then, people. That's all I needed. Because let me tell you, I'm kind of fucked up in the head. The more fucked up shit is, the more I'm on board for it. You had me at dead things, and you really had me at having sex with said dead things. I think they got a word for it. Necrophilia, maybe. If like I said, I'm not pulling Google up in front of me. I'm not a smart guy. High school education, people. I ain't got no college. High school educated. Necrophilia, that what they call it. People want to have sex with the dead bodies. The crazy part is they actually got a name for it. That the shit has happened so often that they've given it a name. And I know that throughout I'm not born last night. I know it's always been a thing. But, a movie description like that would automatically draw a sick fuck like me in. Gutter punks shouldn't play with dead things or have sex with them. I'm like, well, okay, push play, damn it. Let's see what the fuck we got here. And basically hey, let's just say, people, I'll kind of give you a quick little, what's the word? Is it a synopsis? Is that how you say that? Synopsis? If that is right, y'all should all send me a fucking coin just for getting that word out right. As tipsy as I am right now. Synopsis or whatever. Let's just say, person fucks dead body, gets a virus from dead body that will kill them. Rot. Summed up. But what you come to find out is, let's just say there's some sick individual in the world that has this virus that they want to spread, that they want to fuck the world up. They're going to inject it into people. It can either be transported through whatever, air, blood, sex, whatever. And this virus literally makes you rot. And then you die. That alone is okay with me. Virus in the world makes you rot, and then you die. That's okay. That's a movie right there. Tag, bam. But then you're going to twist it just a little bit, Marcus. You're going to twist it, and you're going to give me virus. You catch it, you die. But your twist, Marcus, is we got this old girl that enjoys fucking the dead bodies at a morgue. That's right. Our fucking girl, Sarah. Tiffany, I'm going to butcher the last name because I want to say it the way it's spelled. It's spelled like stinky. 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 Maybe there's a fancy foreign way to say it that my country ass just ain't getting. But Tiffany Stinky. Basically, family, our girl, this movie is literally going to just throw you right into the deep end. We're in a morgue. We got a dead body laying on the fucking table. Then we got our girl, Sarah. Sarah likes to get her fix. She's got a thing for the dead body. She's in the morgue. She decides to climb on top of said body And then she decides she's going to fuck this dead body. Now, what this kind of makes me wonder, people like, it may make you rethink. Like if your loved one has passed away, and you go to ship them off to said morgue, does that shit like be in your head a little bit? Like, do you wonder? Like if you send off your loved one to the morgue, do you sit back and wonder what's going on with said loved one? Like, do you think or wonder while your dead loved one's body is in said morgue that you're going to have some old girl like Sarah, some little punk rock looking chick that just has a little freak side about her that gets her fix on dead bodies? Like, it does it for her. Like, could you imagine? Close your eyes, people, and think about it. We've all lost people. We've all lost loved ones. We get it. Just imagine your loved one, your old Papa. We're just going to call him Paul right now. Let's say Papa Paul. Papa Paul has passed away. Your daddy, your granddad or whatever, Papa Paul has passed away now. He is in a morgue. You have handed him over to the morgue. They're going to take care of him, clean him, dress him, make up him up until the day of the funeral when you all get to walk by and look at him. Papa Paul is in the morgue right now. But then you got somebody like Sarah. Somebody like Sarah's got like a little sick side of her that turns her on. Maybe. And just imagine Sarah climbing on top of Papa Paul while he's at the morgue. And just riding. That's okay, people. I know some of you right now are like instantly like, what the fuck? Turn him off. Stop. You don't want to think about it. But damn it, that's one thing. Kudos to you, Marcus Koch, because you did something, damn it, that most people would. You don't want to think about it. When people have family that pass away, you don't want to think about the fact that like your dead body of your loved one has now been handed over to. What the fuck is happening to them? What the fuck is happening is you got people like Sarah climbing on top of the table, grinding and riding Papa Paul. That type of shit. And that's what Sarah does. Sarah, in the beginning, right out of the gate, Marcus hits us with, we got this old girl, little punk rock. She's getting her fix on with this dead body. She climbs on top of it and starts riding it. And I'm sitting there thinking by the look of it, like, okay. It's kind of like one of those, like, shot from a video camera, old VHS type shit. And think about it, people. 1997-ish. Back in the day, wasn't all that fancy shit they got nowadays. I grew up in the 90s. I graduated in 94. I recognize this. Got the old VHS, the old camera and shit, and you're videotaping it. That's why this whole thing's kind of shot. And I dig it. I dig the way it was shot because it had this like old school throwback, like holding old video camera in my hand and watching the whole thing. I got it. Now, girls start fucking the dead body. Like, what the fuck is this going? But then you come to find out that there's this virus. This particular person. I just knocked over my vape. This person that was in it, and I don't remember. Oh shit, I'm trying to pull it up because I don't want to fuck over the people that ran the movie. Oh shit, I can't remember right now. But the people that are in the movie, I named one of them. But like I said, there's only 3 or 4 people in this movie. But you come to find that they're just doctor, aka the morgue keeper, aka the creepy fucker that used to work was in the military, and he was behind some top secret type shit to where you fucking, they're working on this damn drug, whatever it may be. And he got out and he hasn't let it go. And so he's thinking to himself, I'm going to continue on this thing. And so he's basically, he come up with this idea of he's got this virus. He's going to spread it throughout the world. Now, what you don't understand, and what I still don't understand, is like it starts off in a morgue, dead body, chick fucks dead body, chick fucks dead body, and catches the virus by fucking the dead body. Now, I didn't really understand how he was going to get the virus out into the world, because his plan was to spread the virus out into the world, kill off people, cut down the population, because this virus is going to basically make people rot and they were going to die. But I didn't understand really, like, I got it. Like, she fucked the dead body. You put the virus into the dead body. But how many people do you know, Mr. Doctor Man, that are just out there itching, like craving to climb on top of a dead cock or to dive his dick into some dead pussy? Like, how many people out there? Like, I didn't understand, like, what is the plan to spread this virus? Like, he's all excited because this girl Sarah fucked this body, and he's thinking to himself, like, oh, she's got the virus. Like, are you really planning everything based on the fact that you got some sick fuck out there that just wants to climb onto a dead body and get their jollies on? That part is kind of like, what? Really? I don't know. I will say this while I was watching this movie. I like the idea of it. I like the idea of this, because it's fucked up, man. It is. When you think of a person fucking a dead body, that is fucked up. And I like the idea of knowing that, okay, this person's going to fuck this dead body, and there's going to be this virus, and this thing, what's going to happen is you're going to rot because you did this thing. I'm okay with that. That gets my attention. I like fucked up shit like that. But then I kind of wonder, like, well, how was this supposed to work out? Like, what's the, and eventually you find out in the movie that it will spread by, like, having sex with people or kissing people. It will spread because our girl Sarah, after she fucks the dead body, goes home to her little punk rock boyfriend. And I wish I had his name put up in front of me right now, but I don't. But it's kind of bothering me that I don't have the cast names. Oh, man. I'm going to have to look it up real quick, family. Hold on with me right now. I'm about to type it in. Hold on. And I know what y'all thinking. You should have done all that shit before you fucking started this show. Well, guess what? It's my show, so I can do whatever the fuck I want. So I pulled up the movie. Right. Let me look at some of the cast members. There's only like 3 people in this thing listed. Billy Scam plays Muzzy, which is the boyfriend to the girl, Tiffany Stinky, Sarah. And then we also have Joel Wynkoop, Wynkoop, I'm terrible with pronouncing names. I will butcher the shit out of your name on this show. But our girl Sarah has had sex with a dead body, goes home to said punk rock boyfriend Billy Scam, aka Muzzy. She ends up fucking Muzzy. And when I say fucking, I don't even mean like fucking to completion. I'm talking about, like, just the fact that he's fucking her. And the next thing you know, she's kind of like, oh, I'm kind of sick. Like, she's gonna stop him mid sex and be like, oh, I kind of got this, like, this thing. This whole thing pops off. Like, oh, you fucking dead bodies. And he stays with her, which is weird. He knows that his old girl is into fucking dead bodies, and maybe that's a thing for him, but he's kind of okay with it, kind of stays with her throughout this whole movie. And this whole thing goes down to where the process of this virus that the good Dr. Robert Olson, and I forget how he worded it. It was the Robert Olson, R-O-T. That's how he got the whole rot thing. I don't remember the exact wording of it, but it kind of, the whole thing is, like I said, she has now passed it on to her boyfriend, Muzzy, M-U-Z-Z-Y. And now they're dying. They're literally rotting. And so they're trying to figure out a way not to die. Muzzy knows shit ain't right. Sarah knows shit ain't right. Muzzy knows that his girl's been off banging fucking dead cocks over there. He knows this. He's okay with it. He loves her. It's a love story, family. Muzzy loves her. He understands her, and he's okay. He's like, you know what? Yeah, I got it. You went off to the fucking morgue. You banged some dead body. You brought some home. You brought home some disease, some virus. You gave it to me, and now we're both rotting. But you know what, Sarah? I fucking love you. And it's a love story. To the end, these two are ride or die pretty much for each other. And so it gets you to it's a ride, people. I will say this. When I first started watching this, and I'm glad that I had the Blu-ray, and I'm glad that I was able to go back and watch the bonus features, and that's why I recommend when it comes to physical media, anything, being able to hold it in your hand is another thing. Being able to enjoy the bonuses of it, like the extra stuff that comes with a lot of these Blu-rays. And in this movie, right, there is a interview with Marcus Koch, and he talks about this movie. Now, I will say this, family. I don't beat around the bush. I'm pretty blunt. When I'm watching this thing, because I'm kind of new to it all, I didn't really know anything about this movie. I popped the Blu-ray in, I pushed play, me and my wife started watching it. And as I'm watching it, I'm looking at her and I go, babe, I'm going to have to be really tipsy to talk about this movie. And I'm watching it, I'm going, what the fuck is going on? I'm watching the acting. I'm watching the story. I'm watching the words, the shit they're saying, everything going on. I'm like, what the fuck is going on, Marcus? Hold on. Everybody grab your drinks, family. Gentleman Jack break. Thank you. And I'm watching it. And as I'm going through this whole thing, I watched the movie, you know, everything starts just falling apart for these people because this virus is out there. You got this doctor that worked for the fucking government at one point in the military, and he got this virus he wants to put out to the world. This dude is so fucked up in the head to where he's like talking to the toilet. He's talking to the toilet. And he's talking to it as if this toilet is God. You know, the porcelain king. You know, we've all been sick. We've all been drinking to the point to where we've got to go throw up. You got to go hug the porcelain king, the toilet. And he's talking to this toilet like this toilet's telling him what to do. And he's responding back and forth to it. And I'm watching it. And I will say this, because I didn't do any research before I watched it. I did not know that this was something around like 1997. Didn't know. Because I kind of like it. I like kind of going into a movie and not knowing anything about it and getting to watch it. And then I kind of start looking into it afterwards. I watched the behind, you know, the bonus stuff on the Blu-ray. And I will say this, Marcus, if you happen to stumble across this thing at any point, I was really hating on it in the beginning. I was like, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck is up with this story? What the fuck is up with these people acting? And what I come to find out when I watched the bonus coverage on the Blu-ray, and they interviewed you, and you talked about this, how this was like, you know, 1997-ish, and you're talking about how you just, you know, came out of high school, and these are just like some friends of yours, and this was like something you had in your head, and you wanted just to do this film. And instantly it changed my opinion about the movie, because I'm like, I'm not a smart, creative type person. I always tell, and I always say that when it comes to like any type of artist, people who write music or do movies or anything like that, I admire that. It's super cool to me because I don't have that. I don't have that in my brain to where it will, want to write a song or do a movie. I don't have that. I could never do it. And so when I was listening to the interview and, holy shit, Rot is almost like what, 30 years old, 97, 2007, 17, 20 something years that this movie has been out. And, and that's what, some people may see, how do you not know about this movie? Because like I said, fuckers, I'm new to the horror side of things. I'm learning as I go, and being able to watch this movie and think like, what the fuck is this? And then watch the extra bonus and listen to the interview and listen to, like, these were just a bunch of teenage kids that just had a thought. Like Marcus just had a thought. It'd be cool to do this, and they did it. Some people, and that's the fucking sexiness of independent. Like, it's not always big millions of dollar actors and actresses and Hollywood behind it like this. He had a thought of, in his mind, of something he'd like to do. He grabbed some people he knew, and he, did this movie. And I remember telling my wife after we got done watching it, and leading up to watching the bonus features, I remember, like I told you earlier, I told my wife, like, man, I'm going to have to really be fucking drinking to talk about this movie, because there was so much stuff that I was kind of like, what the fuck is this? Or this, the way they're acting is so fucking stupid type thing. But then I watched the bonus stuff, and I hear about, they're a bunch of teenagers. The dude just had something that he thought would be cool that he wanted to do, and he wanted to do a movie on it, and he did it. And to me, that is the coolness of it that I admire, because I don't have that. I see some fucked up shit, and I'm like, that's so fucking cool. But I could never have to take it from my mind and to put it into a movie and to put stuff like that. And that's what I said. There's times where I will get on this show and I will bash the shit out of movies, and I'll talk shit about them, and I was all for, I was going to do that with this one, family. I'm not going to lie. Like, if I had not watched the bonus stuff on the Blu-ray, if you'd have just set me down and watched Rot start to finish, knowing nothing about it, I would have got on here and just talk shit. I'd have talked shit about the fucking the acting. I'd have talked shit about some of the storyline. I'd have talked shit about some of the wording. But then when I watched it, and I realized these were fucking teenagers. They just had a thought in their head. They just wanted to fucking try this and wanted to do it, and they did it. And here we are 20 something years later. And this is still, it's in the people, IMDb on this thing is over a 4 point, I think it's like 4.3, 4.4 on IMDb. I have come across movies who have had a lot of money behind it, a lot of people actor-wise behind it, millions of dollars dumped into it, and it doesn't pull the reviews of a 4.3, 4.4. And I was so glad I got to see it, and I'm so glad that I watched it on a physical media copy to where I was able to watch the interview with Marcus and hear him talk about it. And yes, I feel sure Marcus looks back at it and sees it and watches it maybe and goes, oh, damn, what the fuck was I thinking there? I could have worded that better. I could have did that better. But it was just a bunch of fucking teenagers, man, that just had a thought, and they all got together, friends of friends, and just made this fucking movie together. And I find that so fucking cool. And independent at its greatest of just, limited funds, make something happen, make it entertaining, and just, man, and I will say that it changed my whole outlook on the movie after I watched the interview with Marcus, because I didn't know, and it made me have to look more into Marcus and his movies and the stuff he's done. Marcus, if you come across this, my friend, you are a fucking legend, man. You have done so fucking much so much you've had your finger in that you've been a part of, and I've just kind of recently started scratching that surface and looking into the stuff you had some type of touch on, whether it be directing, writing, special effects, any of that stuff. It's just so much. And you know and I'm so glad that I was able to watch this movie, and what it's made me want to do is look for more. I want to own more. I want to watch more. Um, I want to have Marcus on this show, and I'm hoping I plan on reaching out to Marcus because I want to have him on here, and I want to just, man, I think it's so fucking cool. Mainly because he's my generation. He was born, I think, in '77. We kind of grew up in the same time era, but different lifestyles. In this movie, there's so much like the punk rock side of the house in this movie, right? Where I didn't grow up with any of that. I grew up in the South Carolina, back in the kind of country type thing. And so when I see this time frame of like the whole punk rock look, the spiked hair, the leather, the combat boots, the chains, and all, it's just different. And I was so glad that I got to watch the interview at the end where he talked about it, because I would have had to do more research if I would have had to kind of dig into it, and then I would have realized that this movie was made, in the late '90s. He is a big fan of like the on video. It's not like found footage, but it's like watching it or like videotaping or doing a movie with like an old VHS camcorder type thing. And you can see this throughout the whole thing. The whole thing's kind of shot that way. It's nothing fucking fancy, super clear. You're not going to get no 4K out of this thing. There's times when like the videotape, there's little stuff in it that I looked at the time when I'm watching it going, really? But then after it's over and I hear the interview and I look back, it's super kind of, little things are cool. Like there's times when there's videotape stuff, you can see what's going on, but then you can like almost hear the footsteps of the person holding the camera in the background type stuff. And it's just so 1990-ish, 97, I want to say. If I'm wrong, then my bad. But like I said, it was a lot in 1997. The fact that, some cool idea of like, man, I wonder what would be like some like necrophilia, have some person like just want to fuck a dead body type shit, and be like, we're going to put that on camera. And as I'm watching the movie, I remember telling my wife, me and my wife joke all the time. I say it on the show all the time. If you're going to give me a movie that's not that great, at least show me some nude, at least show me some titties, throw in some nakedness in the movie. And Rot did. I always joke about like, show me some boobies. Boobies automatically make it better. We get no boobies in this movie, Rot. I'm watching. I'm going, shit, man. At least at some point you're going to show me some boobies, right? I'm going to get some boobies. I'm going to get some nakedness. And then you don't. But then there's a part in the movie where he talks about, in the little interview they do with him, where they talk about he makes a comment like people told him that, hey, you should, he's like 18 years old at this point, people. 18 when he does this movie. I want to say 18. And just think about that. At 18, I was fucking clueless, man. I couldn't, I'm still slinging groceries at the old food line, at 18, doing, I was a late person. And this dude at 18 is doing this movie and stuff like that. And it was just so fucking cool, and I'm super glad that I got to watch it. I'm super glad that I own it. And I'm glad that it's made me want to dive more into Marcus Koch. And, for me, because I am new, only been a couple years in trying to learn, and underground independent type stuff is that's my go-to. I fucking love it. But Marcus, man, I'm glad this Blu-ray came out. I'm glad that the post came out that you posted about it and was selling the Blu-rays, because that's what got me. The look of it when I seen the post, and I'm the type that I don't dive into movies until I watch them. Even when I seen this online and I bought it and had it shipped here to my house, and I still didn't look into it. I didn't look up like what Rot was about. I didn't look into who Marcus really, because I'm still learning. And so I've had it in my collection, and I told my wife today, I was like, I want to watch that movie Rot, man. I showed her, I said, look at the cover. Like, look how just the cover of it is fucking sexy. Dude peeling his face off, man. I'm right back into Poltergeist in the fucking 80s, scared out of my little ass britches over the dude pulling the skin off his face. And this cover gives me that, and it brought me in and made me want to watch it. And I had a good time watching it, and did I talk shit while watching it? Yeah, there's certain things I talk shit about. But like I said, I will say the interview with Marcus in the bonus features changed my opinion of it. And my wife the same way. Cause I looked at my wife and I'm watching the interview, and I looked at her and I was like, does the interview like make you think differently of the movie? And she's like, yes, it does. Because hearing him talk about it is like they had this thought in his mind. They knew they were going to, this is what they wanted to do. They did it. They had no clue really 100% what they were doing. Bunch of teenagers, not a lot of money, not a lot of nothing. This is 97, people. Some of you all out there wasn't even a thought in your daddy's nutsack in 97. And they brought this thing, they did this movie, and here we are now in 2025. And I'm just now really discovering it. And that's the fucking cool thing about it. Of like horror movies and stuff like that. Like, this is new to me, even though it was like in the 90s. And it makes me want to dive more into it and learn more about Marcus and what he does. And I would love to have him on the show. I would love to just shoot the shit with him. And I am definitely going to reach out and just see if he'll come on here, and talk to us. But I'm letting everybody know. And there's maybe people out there who know this movie, and I got it. But there's people out there like me who did not know. Right. I can't give you a list of places to watch it. I own it. If there is places to know, I'm not sure. Google it, people. It's fucking 2025. You can fucking Google movie Rot, Marcus Koch, and figure it out. But like I said, it was, man, I'm just glad that I and that's why I like physical media. I like it because you get the bonus features, and I like the fact that I own it, and I get to have this cool ass looking Blu-ray in my collection, and I get to own it, and I get to enjoy little things like the bonus features, because the bonus features is what changed the way I looked at this movie. Because I had no clue. When I pushed play today, I had no clue this was a 1997 film. This was something that I've learned. And I was all for coming on here and drinking and talking shit about it. But then after I watch it and I listen to the interview with Marcus, and just a bunch of teenage kids, he had this thought in his mind. There's something he wanted to do. There's some, for 1997, there's some good shit in here as far as like graphic type. I love a good kill. I love gore. I love all that shit. There's a part where it shows the dude peeling his face off. I enjoy it. There's a part where, they shoot somebody in the head and like the brain look, I got it, because what we're so caught up nowadays in all the fancy technical AI computerized shit to make it look real. We're talking 97ish of being able to like have this thought in your mind to be like, hey, I want to blow this guy's brains out, and I want to give a close up on it, and I want to be able people to see the back of his head where the shit comes out, and I want to be able to give a close up of that. And look, stuff like that I look at and I find is so fucking cool to me. And, and I enjoy that type of stuff. I get it. I am 40, I think I'll be 49 this August. And stuff like that, when I watch it, when it comes to horror movies and stuff like that, that is just so fucking cool. When I can look back on these older type movies that can take something like that and have to be creative. Nowadays, you don't have to be fucking creative. Realistically, you can just fucking AI, computer generated, whatever. I don't know. I'm not that smart, people. But back, and that's why I appreciate stuff like on the independent side where they don't have the money and shit. They have to be creative. They have to think outside the box, and they make something so fucking, cool looking. And I enjoyed that with Rot. I enjoyed the fact after I watched it and I watched the bonus features and I listened to Marcus talk about it, and it definitely changed my whole outlook on the movie. And I'm asking you all to do the same. Dig into it. Dig into, Marcus Koch. Dig into like some of his movies, Rot. Look into what all he's had his finger on, what he's touched. He's been in so much that he's had some type of party in when it comes to movies and stuff like that. And it's so fucking cool. And I've enjoyed getting to come on here and talk about this movie. And I'm telling you all, I tell people all the time, whatever I get on here and talk about a movie, I've got on this show and I've talked about movies and I have, tore into them and talked shit about them. At the end of the day, it's my opinion. I will never get on this show and tell you to not watch a movie. I will never do that. When it comes to horror, go watch it. I don't care what it is. Go watch it. Make your own opinion. Have your own feelings about it, because there's movies I've watched that I fucking love. Like, I love them. And some people have never heard of them. Some people don't like them. But that's it. That's just me. That's my opinion. You will have yours. And I will never, ever, ever tell you, oh, you shouldn't watch that. No. If for me, if it's horror, go watch it. I don't give a fuck who does it, what's it about. Go watch it. Have your own feelings, have your own opinion of it. And yeah, we just like horror movies around here, people. And for me, I love independent side of the house. I fucking love it. It's my favorite. And I'm so glad that I watched this one. I'm so glad what it done is open the door to me. Made me want to watch more of Marcus and look more into what he's done. And it's something that is kind of opened my eyes on. I feel sure there's horror people out there who know of him and know so much about him or die hard. I got it. But I'm kind of new. Like I said, a couple years and been into the horror movie. And I'm so glad that I came across this one. I'm so glad that I came across you, Marcus. And fingers crossed one day, Marcus, if you happen to hear this, come on this shit show. And I like to, open up the floor and let you just, talk to you about what you do, man. And like I said, great. Good movie. Had a good time with it. As always here, family, at some point we do have to rate it on whether or not I'd rather fuck it, marry it, or kill it. And I was all on the lines of killing it. Not saying that it's a bad movie. I'm just saying, is this a movie that I'm going to go back and watch again? And that's how I rate them, people. Marrying it, I could watch it any day of the week. That's your baby. That's your go-to. That's your cuddle up. That's your spoon buddy. That's the one you wake up every morning and make breakfast with and drink coffee with. That's that movie. Then you got your fuck. That's your friends with benefits. That's your one you call up every now and then when you're feeling a little itchy. You need to just scratch something. You don't know what you want. You just know you need something. Friends with benefits. That's the fuck. Kill is the movie that you watched one time. It's like the one night stand. You pick them up at the club. You take that fucking sea donkey home. You handle your business. You wake up the next morning and you just want to crawl the fuck out the door and never bump into that person again. That's the kill. That's the movie that you never want to watch again. And when I first watched it, when I'm watching it, I'm going like, my wife's like, what are you going to do? I was like, I'm fucking killing it. I'm killing it. I never want to watch it again type thing. And then I watched the interview and I realized when it was made, what went into it, like who was into it. And it totally changed my outlook on it to where I was going to kill it. But I will say I'm going to fuck it only because at some point, if somebody wants to watch this, if somebody's like, you ever heard of Marcus Koch? Let me show you this movie. I would watch it again with them. Just to introduce somebody and to bring them into like, look, you just need to and be like and be able to tell the story like, man, this is like 1997. It's like a bunch of kids right out of high school, and the dude had this something in his head, this vision of what he wanted to do, and these guys they all got together. These guys and girls got together and like, man, let's do this. And here we are now, still talking about it. How fucking cool is that? If you're Marcus, I would think that's so fucking cool that a movie like this is still drawing attention to it. To me, that's cool. And like I said, I'm new school learning horror and getting into it. And so to me, that's super cool, people. Yeah. But like I said, family, if you're new around here, we love independent. And we tell people all the time, and we I talk about movies on here that are like big money type ones. I do those, but my heart is in independent directors, writers, artists, and stuff. That's where it is for me. I fucking love it. And, yeah. And I tell you all to go support it. You're missing out. There's a ton of movies if you're on streaming services and stuff you're looking through, and you may just scroll past it because you don't recognize it because, social media, big Hollywood is not telling you to watch it. You're missing out. These independents, man, they put so much effort, love, and care and go into it. And they had to they figure out other ways to do it because the funds aren't the same. And that's what makes it so, man, I just fucking love independent people. Those are the best genre of horror movies out there. And Marcus, I enjoyed your movie. I enjoyed Rot, and it has made me want to learn more about you, get more into what you have done. And I want other people to do the same. Like I said, I definitely enjoyed it. Rot, I'm holding it right here in my hand. If you're on the YouTube, you can see it. Marcus Koch. The cover alone, just how fucking cool is that, man? The fucking cover and sometimes that's what draws me in. With the 10-year-old, we want to watch a horror movie, and she's like, look, what do you want to watch? And she's like, I don't know, just pull up, Tubi or whatever, and we'll start scrolling. And sometimes she'll just see the picture of a movie, and she'll be like, oh, let's watch that one, all because of the look. And that look, when I came across it on social media and I came across Rot, and that look, it drew me to it, and it has made me want to learn more and dig more into it. And Marcus, keep doing what you're doing. Come on the show sometime. I'd love to have you on here. But I'm telling everybody, if you can, figure out a way, watch Rot, support independence, and support physical media. It's not all about the streaming. Streaming may not always be there. It's just something fucking cool about holding it in your hand and knowing that it's fucking yours. And but yeah, that's going to be it for Rot. I'm going to fuck it. It's the Friends with Benefits. Marcus, I appreciate the fact that I've learning more about you. Like it makes me want to learn more. And I appreciate everybody who tunes into this fucking shit show. We're not everybody's cup of tea. We're not everybody's in-depth type of horror type shit. I get it. We like to get on here, cuss, talk shit, have a good time, drink a lot of drinks. Everybody grab your drink right now, family. Oh, Gentleman Jack. But I definitely appreciate it. I have a good time coming on here. I appreciate everybody who has subscribed to the YouTube. The YouTube is up to like 246. And some of y'all may hear that and think, oh, 246. Hey, that's big for us, man. I enjoy that. And we're going to do a live show soon to celebrate the fact that we've got over 200 fucking people that want to listen to this. To me, that's so fucking cool. I don't take that type of shit for granted. I don't take shit for granted that people listen to this. But yeah, we're going to do us a live show soon. my bro John, who does the show with me sometime, he's going through a whole house remodeling process. So, he's got a lot going on. But yeah, I appreciate you all tuning in and listening to us just shoot the shit. I don't know what next week's going to bring. I don't really have a plan here. I just kind of shoot it week to week. There is one that I have in mind, and I want to show it to you right now because I own this one. Just recently got this one in a movie called Ratline by Eric Stantz. That one possibly up on my list to do for next week because I've been really wanting to see it, and now I actually own it. It also has Jason Christin, who I'm a big fan of, and that's possibly going to be next week's movie, Ratline, Eric Stantz. But hey, I appreciate you all stopping by and hanging out with us. I appreciate you taking a few minutes of your day. I hope y'all have a great fucking weekend, and we will see you all next week. Now, family, you all know this is that time of the show where I need you all to reach over, gather up all your shit. I need you to put your chairs away, grab your drinks. I need y'all to get the fuck out of here.
What's your favorite scary movie?
We have such sights to show you.
Monsters!
All you have left is my desire.
My name is Frankenstein!
That man's gone mad.
Oh, no tears, please. It's a waste of good suffering.
See this? This is my boomstick!
I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice community. This ass.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
It's alive! It's alive!
Here's Johnny. I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna bash your brains.
There are certain rules that one must abide by in order to successfully survive a harem.
Welcome to the debauchery.